today from Portugal. It's Portugal up against Azerbaijan alongside Tommy Smith. I'm Michael. Tommy, Portugal will be hot favourites going for this game.
Well, Azerbaijan don't have a really good record in any competition, Mike, and you have to figure with the calibre of players that Portugal has available to them that they should definitely be hot favourites, especially playing at home.
Well, Portugal have made a fair start, but that 1-0 loss at home to Romania is really hurting them.
Well, that was a really disappointing loss, and I mean, that loss came very, very late into the game. Romania allowed to take a free kick, which is stuck on the back of the net, and it certainly might stick in Portugal's craw for a long time. And you can see, well, they have a couple of big ones coming up, and, you know, this result for Azerbaijan just shows you what they're like, Mike. They're not really a class team at the moment.
No, losing to Liechtenstein last time out. They are at the bottom of this Group 7. No points yet from their opening 3 matches. Portugal, though, with a victory here, can go top at least for 24 hours, with Romania not playing until tomorrow. There's the scene here on a day where it has been raining continuously. The rain still falls. The teams are out. Stay with us when we return. The lineups and the first half kickoff.
It will grip him in childhood.
Back then, Portugal against Azerbaijan, coming to you from Guimarães here in Portugal on a very wet day. But a day, in fact, where Portugal need a win, and they should win. Well, let's have a look at the starting lineups. And the player who Portugal really will be looking to is this player, Tommy.
Rui Costa's come a long way since his 3rd division days with Fafa, up through the ranks with Benfica. Now a brilliant playmaker and a good scorer with Fiorentina in Serie A.
Well, there is the Portugal team, some very familiar names there. Luis Figo's having an outstanding season with his club Barcelona. Sergio Conceição scoring goals regularly now for Lazio. And the good news there, Paulo Sousa, who has been troubled this season by injury, is also back. As for Azerbaijan, well, one player who could have a busy day today is Kramarenko, the goalkeeper. He plays his football with Dynamo Moscow in Russia. They've got some experience in midfield with Arif Asadov, who today plays his 26th match. And the number 6 there, Abushev, the most capped player in Azerbaijan history, today playing his 33rd match. Certainly a team that has been on the receiving end of some bad results already in qualifying, and it is Azerbaijan who get us underway. Well, they will get us underway, and they will be attacking the goal to our left in the first half. Our referee, Jacek Granat from Poland, and his assistants also from that same country. Azerbaijan said on their arrival that even if they could get a draw here, it would really be a major achievement for them.
Well, you know, when you look back at Portugal's history, Mike, they have come up with some very disappointing results, and that really would be a disappointing result for them at this juncture of the Euro 2000 if they were to concede a draw here today.
As Portugal over the years have had some outstanding sides, they've never quite had the success that perhaps the talent that they produce really should have brought them.
Oh, Secretario got a neat little dunt there as he came up. You can see the ground is very, very wet. A lot of surface water.
Rui Costa not in, playing that one through, nodded down there by João Pinto. Koto had come forward, so good in the air in those situations. Now Sosa. Dimas gets the return to the byline, tries to cut it back, which he manages to do.
Oh, I thought that ball was gone out over the byline.
Yes, and the referee and his assistant agree with you, Tommy. It's going to be a goal kick.
Well, there was danger signs already for Azerbaijan, allowing Dimas to get in behind them, but the ball, all of the ball has gone out over the line before he hooks it back into the middle. This is one of those games, Mike, it takes really the skill out of a game. The ground is so slippery, there's so much surface water out there. Good, speedy players don't play very well in situations like this.
Rui Costa challenging back that time. Madeira. And Dimas playing it forward. Sosa. Flying football despite the conditions from Portugal. And that one play through, looking for João Pinto.
Well, you have the very soft touch on the ball today when you play it through, because it hits as soon as it hits that water, it just skids on, Mike. It doesn't die on this kind of a field. If there was a little less water on it, it might, but the surface water on it, it's just like skipping a stone across a lake. The ball just keeps on going.
Asadov with the clearance and the goal kick. Azerbaijan, who have played 13 matches in the European Championships, all in qualifying, enter for the first time last time, looking for a place in Euro 96, which they failed to get. In fact, in those 13 matches, they've yet to win one. They have drawn one and lost 12. They've only managed to score 3 goals, and one of those was in their last game against Liechtenstein.
And they give up 38.
And the ball played towards the far post. Noddy back. Nobody there for Portugal. Dimas quickly into the challenge. Sosa teeing that one up, and the shot in the end goes wide.
Sosa coming out from the back.
And so Rui Costa getting the final shot.
Oh, Rui Costa nowadays is much more akin to shoot than he ever was. I mean, we've seen him for many years just with Fiorentina and Benfica. Always considered a good through playmaker. Nowadays, he likes to take the responsibility of shooting, and he has scored half a dozen goals in Serie A this year.
And he's getting older, Tommy. He celebrates his 27th birthday tomorrow, so it's coming with age that he'd like to be remembered as a goal scorer as well as a playmaker. Has scored 10 goals for Portugal in some 40 appearances.
Oh, Portugal would really like this team to come of age this time around, Mike. Over the years, as you said at the beginning, they've promised so much. They've won those couple of youth championships under Queiroz. It's never really been transferred onto the big team.
Now here go Portugal. Here's a good opportunity, and against the woodwork from Conceição, still the danger's not cleared. And Azerbaijan breathe again. Akhmedov plays it wide. And Azerbaijan looking to break forward.
Well, it's one problem they have. They're allowing the players to get in behind the defenders. And this time you can see Conceição with a good shot. Just comes off the post. The young man who's starting to make a name for himself in Italy too at Lazio. Scored a brilliant goal for them in the Super Cup final in Italy.
Azerbaijan. The mountain attack, it breaks down. Rui Costa. Now João Pinto. And that one away. Portugal, who made it through to the quarterfinals of Euro 96. It's their best ever finish in an international tournament. At senior level anyway, was third in the 1966 World Cup. And they lost to England in the semi-final, but beat Soviet Union for third spot.
Oh, they're really disappointed in Euro 96, losing that 1-0 decision to the Czech Republic. They had the much better of the game, Mike, but just an old bogey couldn't score.
Yes, that's always been their problem. In recent history. Azerbaijan. Being given time on the ball. Not forward that time by Gimbarov. The flag was up.
Well, there's high reports about Gimbarov. He's supposed to be a pretty elegant player. That time he just stepped into an offside position, very close.
Well, a long free kick. Well taken down that time, and there's the shot against the woodwork and over the top. Well, Rui Costa was the player who was denied by the crossbar, and João Pinto couldn't turn it in. Twice Portugal now have hit the woodwork in the opening 7 minutes.
Could it be that kind of a day for them? The keeper's well beaten. The crossbar's there, and then João Pinto puts it over the top.
And he must have taken a touch on the way over. It's going to be a corner. And some pushing at the far post. Paulo Madeira. So that result in a free kick, which will relieve the pressure for Azerbaijan.
Oh, the ball laid back nicely into the middle, and here's the shot coming. Conceição whacks it, comes back off the crossbar.
Kramarenko, the goalkeeper there, being warned for time wasting. With less than 8 minutes gone of the game, Tommy.
Oh, it doesn't show a very positive attitude, does it? But if you the wood has been hit twice, Mike. Portugal could very easily be 2-0 up at this stage. But just finding all kinds of room behind the defenders. The Azerbaijan has no defence, has no idea how to cut players out. There's all kinds of gaps being left back there. And that will stop players going behind.
Yes, João Pinto was the player who really got whacked from behind. And that's going to be a yellow card for Asadov. He really can't have too many arguments about this, can he?
Well, he comes round claiming to try to play the ball, and he catches João Pinto squarely on that right foot.
João Pinto is going to go off to get a little bit of treatment. So it's going to be a free kick to restart for Portugal. First yellow card of the game. Arif Asadov. Plays for Crystal in the Russian First Division. Free trying to get the ball back, the required 10 paces. Now Luis Figo over the ball. And it is Figo floating this one in. Seen a little bit more height. Fernando Couto has moved up at the far post, but didn't quite reach him.
Abushev knocked it over the top for giving up a corner kick. Safety first.
Pinto waiting to come back on. Ball driven across. And a nice touch that time by Fernando Couto, looking to pick out Pinto.
Oh, the goalkeeper did very well to come out and cover it. He had a stretch at the last moment to get it. Looked like he wasn't going to make it.
João Pinto is back on. So Portugal back to full strength. Now Secretario. Conceição on the overlap, whipping this one across. Nobody there for Portugal. Now Azerbaijan. Couto. You just keep an eye on some of these challenges that are coming in from the Azerbaijan players. Not afraid to throw themselves into challenges.
Well, they're coming in too with the studs up, and you can see Abushev there getting a word of warning. But I'm sure that's not going to stop him.
Now João Pinto back for Secretario. Costa. Costa again. Azerbaijan getting a lot of players back behind the ball. Sosa. And Luis Figo turning up on the left. Figo again, he's onside. Trying to measure the cross. Getting it over the defender. Now the ball loose. And a good save from Kramarenko. Oh, he thought he was going to be in for a busy night. He reacted well here, Tommy.
You can see the ball being pushed down. Dimas comes up with the shot. A little bit of pushing. Pinto, to me, looked like he got pushed in the back by Stukas. But the referee didn't call anything.
Paulo Sosa.
Well, we saw much a similar effort from Portugal against Hungary in much similar conditions as well. A lot of rain, And I mean, they just kept attacking wave after wave, but it took them until the 56th minute before they actually got a goal, and then they ran out very easy winners. It's brilliant ball control on a pitch like this, isn't it?
Yes, technically, Portugal always produce very, very good players. Really good technique on the ball, but there's a lot of good movement off the ball as well. Ball carrier always seems to have a couple of options. Pinto plays a nice 1-2, tries a shot, takes a bit of a ricochet. Azerbaijan get it clear. It'll come straight back.
Oh, I think Azerbaijan have gotten out of their own half once in 14 minutes, Mike.
Secretario. João Pinto trying to turn and play it through the gap, but the gap was closed very quickly. Azerbaijan. The two other teams that will be taking a big interest in this game are Romania and Slovakia, also both in Group 7, and they meet tomorrow in Bucharest. You'll be able to see that here on ESPN as we continue our coverage of Euro 2000 qualifying. That's Romania and Slovakia. You'll be able to see that tomorrow. This one is whipped across and nodded away for another corner.
Oh, João Pinto trying to get it across, but Akhmedov ran it very well.
Akhmedov, who actually plays for Torpedo Zaporizhzhia in the Ukraine. This corner comes across and the header is just wide from João Pinto.
Oh, once again he gets unmarked. Gets in, gets the nice powerful header down. That's textbook the way you're supposed to do it. But he just missed the target. He got into a crease. A couple of players there that could have nodded the ball in.
Secretario. A neat pass, play behind the defence. Puts across there by Sergio Conceição. Luis Figo, there's the number 7, but he's operating over on the left hand side at the moment. Now Dimas. You're watching Euro 2000 qualifying from Group 7. It's Portugal against Azerbaijan. Alongside Tommy Smith, I'm Mike Hill. The rain continues to fall here in Guimarães. As Portugal, who have dominated this first 15 minutes. A foul to find the back of the net, denied by the woodwork on 2 occasions. Still no score, but here come Portugal again. Luis Figo now. Azerbaijan trying to keep the ball away from the danger area.
Amazingly, Dimas has done a lot of attacking, Mike, and he's primarily known as a defender. I mean, you look at his 3 years in Italy with Juventus, he never scored a goal for them. But today he's been on the edge of the box practically the whole game.
Best of clearances now, Luis Figo. Figo goes for the return. Good brave goalkeeping again. And knocked away for a corner. I think Luis Figo might have just caught the goalkeeper.
Well, it looks like he caught him on the ribs as he comes through. Figo puts the boot in and he just sticks him on the ribs. You can see the keeper, good save. He came out very quickly off his line. Figo with a nice touch inside, but that's good, brave goalkeeping.
Good defending there as João Pinto, who was following up. Kramarenko, the goalkeeper, just having some treatment at the moment, but this was very brave. Out to the feet there of Luis Figo.
Well, he just comes out and he takes him out of it. He gets out after the ball.
Pinto Goal, the coach of Portugal, still sending out some instructions. His team have dominated this opening period. Nothing to show for it, though, as this corner comes across. Azerbaijan get it clear. Is there a trip? No, says the referee. Portugal do like to do. They like to use the full width of the field. This one is floated in. The goalkeeper there fisting that one away. Rui Costa. Delightful ball. Here comes across. Azerbaijan again managed to get it clear.
The central defense is very good for Azerbaijan.
Now they're under pressure again. Luis Figo this time hard and low. The goalkeeper spilt it. And just got a hand to it at the second attempt and pushed it away. Challenge coming in there from Dimas, which will result in the free kick and relieve some of the pressure for Azerbaijan.
Well, you see Figo squares it across into the middle. The keeper comes out onto it and just hooked away because Pinto was arriving on the scene.
Azerbaijan haven't got this far forward too often. And the cushion header back, and the first touch of the game for Pinto Goal, captain of the Portugal side. Now back in Portugal, playing with Porto on loan from Barcelona, where he lost his starting spot to Ruud Hesp. Another corner for Portugal.
Well, this time Secretario gets dumped in the pond at the back of the goal.
Secretario and Dimas, the two fullbacks, getting forward at every opportunity and really not being put under any pressure defensively, as that corner is rather wasted. Koto's much travelled player. Started at Porto, played at Parma, also played at Barcelona before moving on to Lazio.
Very tough, uncompromising defender. Doesn't get all the playing time at Lazio that he thought he might.
Azerbaijan. Neat play. That was Stukas. Some of the locals getting a little bit restless. I think they expected Portugal to. It's been a goal or two up by this stage of the first half. Certainly they've had their chances. And of course that is a concern, Tommy, because if the home supporters turn against you, all of a sudden it seems then the harder you try, the worse it becomes.
Well, you know, you put the pressure on yourself here. If you don't score a goal in the first half hour in a situation like this, you just you begin to feel the pressure. You lose a little bit of your discipline. You got to be very careful.
Ball play behind the defence, whipped across and nodded away again by the defender. That was Ageyev.
Oh, Ageyev playing so well on that right-hand side, Mike. Good, secure player. Doesn't believe in taking chances. He's given up a couple of corners. Once again, the ball played behind the defenders, the diagonal ball. The Portuguese players are fit to run onto it, but safety first, knock it out of there.
That's Ageyev, who plays for Torpedo Moscow. Now has to help his defence cope with this corner. An outswinger, ball nodded down, cleared off the line. Portugal get possession again. Now Rui Costa playing it deep. Madeira had stayed forward. Now it's lofted in. Fernando Couto knocking it down. Nobody can get on the end of it for Portugal. Well, total domination by Portugal, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. And this has been their problem, Tommy. I think you alluded to earlier on that they have had good teams. They've dominated matches, but they've lost matches they perhaps should have won.
Well, one of the reasons is that the scoring opportunities, they've come here in abundance, Mike, but they haven't been able to put one in the net. I mean, there's so many of them being squandered, and the longer you leave a team like Azerbaijan in a game, the more problems you're creating for yourself.
Here you go, Azerbaijan. And bar off there, losing out to Sosa. Back come Portugal. Now Luis Figo.
Well, once again, it's that diagonal ball dropped right in behind the two outside defenders that's causing all the problems. But Abushev did very well to cover that one back again.
Luis Figo then with the corner. And straight into the arms of the keeper.
Oh, you can see Koto standing in the middle of the box saying, hey, I was here all alone.
This is a good run from Shukayev. It comes to an abrupt halt with a very good challenge from Secretario. Back come Portugal. I don't admire their build-up play from or to the edge of the Azerbaijan penalty area. It's just that once they get there, they just seem to lose their way a little bit.
Yeah, they're certainly having their problems as we see this nice tackle coming in, Sosa coming across. There's the man they got to watch. If they're going to do anything, Gorbanov is the man who will do it, number 9.
Conceição. Well, just to keep possession. Secretario. And forward that time by Dimas. Here's Luis Figo. Good turn of pace. Cuts this one back. There's a shot. Went for placement instead of power. And Kramarenko guessed right.
Well, Luis Figo plays it back into the middle. The shot coming in from Rui Costa, and the keeper did well to pick that one out. Nicely set up. No problem getting around the corner defenders, but it's in the middle that they're a little bit soft.
Now Portugal again. That's the clearances there for Azerbaijan. And they're giving the ball away. Sosa. Thanks, it was Rui Costa who gives away the free kick.
Oh, you're going to see Rui Costa put the feet in, studs up, he takes the player down. That should have been a yellow card. I mean, the ball was long gone.
More action from Euro 2000 qualifying when Greece take on Norway, two teams that have high aspirations of qualifying for the finals. And Greece and Norway clash at the Olympic Stadium in Athens. And for Norway, it's a game really they can afford to lose. We'll be able to see all the action here on ESPN. And here with 25 minutes gone, Portugal dominating this game. And nothing on the scoreboard to show for it. It's still 0-0. Koto. Good challenge. Now, Sergio Conceição. Figo whipping this one across. Azerbaijan get it clear. Portugal have won 2 and lost 1 of their opening 3 matches.
Oh, the keeper came close to coming out of the box there, Mike.
Yes, Victor Baia just judging that one to perfection. Now, these are Euro under-21 scores, and Italy getting a good victory there over Denmark. Sweden, one would have expected them to beat Luxembourg, which they did by 3-0. And the under-21 level, a 5-0 victory for Portugal over Azerbaijan. And Slovakia, a major surprise, beating Romania 1-0. And the Czech Republic having a fight on their hands to overcome Lithuania via 0-0. Portugal under-21 level winning 5-0. Luis Boa-Morte, the Arsenal player, scoring one of the goals, as Serafino scored a hat-trick in that 5-0 victory.
Well, a lot of people were expecting at least 5-0 here too, but Portugal making very heavy work of it, apart from the weather.
Sergio Conceição. It's all one-way traffic, but it's goals that win matches. Luis Figo with a cross towards the far post, and there is the opening goal. And Ricardo Sá Pinto, a player who has made such a good comeback after his year banned in the wilderness, has broken the deadlock here with a goal in the 28th minute. But full marks for the cross from Luis Figo. It was perfect.
Well, Luis Figo has been picking him up on that left wing all the time. The ball comes across. Keeper makes a little bit of a late effort to come out. Then he steps back onto the line. Not quite sure where to go. Sá Pinto gets his head onto it. Keeper struggling. Goes back across in the opposite direction. Nicely taken goal. If the keeper had stood his ground, he might have been able to come up with the ball. Luis Figo with a perfect left-footed cross. The keeper's always struggling. Once Sá Pinto arrives on the scene, he's in trouble.
Portugal 1, Azerbaijan 0. Sá Pinto's third goal in these Euro 2000 qualifiers.
9 shots on goal, 1 goal to show for it.
Yes, it's not really a good return, but it might just settle some of the nerves, Tommy, because even the supporters were feeling a little bit nervous. You could just tell.
Well, this man was certainly feeling nervous, and you don't care how many goals you get as long as you get the 3 points. That's the most important thing to get out of this game. Yellow card for wasting time on Azerbaijan on a free kick. Akhmedov.
So the second yellow card of this game, both to players from Azerbaijan. Perhaps this could be the first test for Vita Bahia. He's only touched the ball twice in this game.
That was on back passes.
It should be a throw for the visitors. It is. Sakayev taking it quickly. To keep the ball in play was Abushev. You're watching Euro 2000 qualifying from Portugal. The Group 7 encounter between Portugal and Azerbaijan. The deadlock broken in the 28th minute. Sá Pinto with his third goal in Euro 2000 qualifying, giving the home side a 1-0 lead. Home side have dominated this first 30 minutes, with only 1 goal to show for it. Sergio Conceição. Well, Secretario coming down the right wing, and he's won a corner for his side. Certainly the fullbacks for Portugal, Dimas and Secretario, must be enjoying themselves out there. They've got nobody to mark. They're just coming forwards, getting abandoned.
Well, they're just like 2 out-and-out old-time wingers.
Luis Figo with the corner and picking out João Pinto that time. Couldn't direct his header on target.
Well, here's Luis Figo. This is the one that set up the goal as it comes across from the reverse angle. We got a chance to see what Luis Figo saw, and he just slides in and knocks the ball in by the keeper. Keeper a little bit slow off his line that time, Mike.
And Sá Pinto, who I was saying was banned by FIFA for a year, and by the Portuguese Federation initially, and endorsed by FIFA after he actually came to blows with one of Portugal's former coaches. He had to sit out the whole year, not only internationally but also for his club, Real Sociedad. And he's come back this season. He's having a fine season in Spain. And that's now his third goal in Euro 2000 qualifying. Gayev. Azerbaijan. Only 3 goals in 13 previous matches in Euro qualifying. And one of those in this current campaign. Akhmedov reading the situation well, but not the most accurate of passes at the end of it. There's Figo on that other side. More Euro 2000 qualifying action on Sunday. You can see the game between Israel and Cyprus, a vital game that from Euro 2000 Group 6, with Israel having to take points off of the surprise leaders, Cyprus. As we know, Cyprus have already upset Spain, and that's a vital game for both sides. But for Israel, a loss there, and their chances would pretty much disappear.
Oh, Gogic is certainly having a great year for Cyprus, isn't he?
Yes, and Levivo's been in marvellous form recently for his club in Spain, Celta Vigo. He'll be a big threat for Israel. Niall Berkovic as well, who's been in sparkling form in the Premier League with West Ham. So Israel do have some big match players, as Portugal come up with a way of missing from a foot out. And that was...
How did he miss? Watch the ball coming across. Pinto runs onto the ball. It takes a flick on from the defender. Look at this. He comes sliding in and he misses the ball himself. Watch this. It's perfect placement. The ball is flicked on. All he has to do is knock the ball down. Instead, he ends up in the net and the ball ends up going wide of the net. Incredible miss.
Well, João Pinto has scored a couple of goals already. That should have been his third. But again, the damage from Azerbaijan's point of view coming from the left-hand side, where Luis Figo is in outstanding form. Now here is João Pinto. Nice setup as he cuts this one back. Plenty of blue and white shirts. They're trying to deal with the danger. Koto.
Oh, you thought when Portugal scored that goal, Mike, the floodgates might open, and they very well may open yet, but Azerbaijan looked like they've weathered a bit of the storm here. Talking about storms, look at how wet it is.
Well, it's been raining heavily all day long. It's still coming down here. Luis Figo plays that one over the top, and the offside flag goes up.
Well, no argument there. You're going to see nice moves here by João Pinto, cutting it through, and he just leaves Stukas in his wake.
Good-sized crowd here, just trying to lift their team. A lot of the supporters came here tonight expecting to see a lot of goals. They still might. And here is a glorious opportunity for a second. And that's a simple tap-in the end. And the goal is given. And this time, João Pinto just couldn't miss something.
Well, he walks in right down through the middle, and there's nobody there. The keeper had to commit himself coming out to pick up the ball. Look at this for a breakdown. Is he offside? It's a brilliant run, brilliantly timed, cuts inside, and when he makes the move, Conceição slips it into the middle, just hammers it in. Conceição cutting in from the side, right into the space in the middle. Good running by João Pinto.
Well,
Rui Costa starts it off. Rui with a nice little chip inside to Conceição running in, and then he feeds it across. Very easy job to put the bulge in the Olongian bag. João Pinto coming down the middle.
Yes, his third goal in Euro 2000 qualifying. That's the 11th international goal at senior international level. 2-0 now to Portugal. Azerbaijan have not come up with a shot in the first 37 minutes as Luis Figo plays that one in. Figo again, just knocked away from him. Azerbaijan is finding it so hard to get out of their own half. Secretario. Pinto. Secretario that time just getting perhaps a little bit too clever. Koto. Now Luis Figo. Placed there by Agayev. Sosa. Now Koto. Played behind the defence, corner conceded. More problems then for Azerbaijan. Now Rui Costa towards the far post. Goalkeeper there, just getting his fingertips to it. Now the shot. Brilliant save from the keeper. Well, that was Dimas there. And that was a very, very good save from the keeper. It came through a crowd of players.
Well, the first save was a good save too, Mike, because he had to reach so far for it, and then he just barely had time to get himself back into position to stop that pile driver coming from the outside.
Well, it was a tremendous strike from Dimas, who has never scored an international goal. He must have felt he was on for something then.
Well, the keeper came up with a good save.
Now, what is the referee going to do here? Well, another yellow card for a player from Azerbaijan. And it goes to Abushev. Abushev goes in the referee's notebook.
Oh, here's the reason why he comes in late. He comes in on the back of João Pinto and takes him out of it.
Azerbaijan, of course, in action again midweek when they take on Romania. That game will be played in Baku. There's that one just over the crossbar from João Pinto.
Well, you just wonder how João Pinto is feeling out there today as Rui Costa feeds this ball through Conceição. He cuts into the box. Here's the ball coming across into the middle, and the neat little touch in for João Pinto.
And we've got another yellow card, and this time to the goalkeeper.
Well, I was going to talk about João Pinto. He's been complaining about the rain in San Sebastian, that he doesn't want to play in Spain next year. He wants to return home to Portugal. I'm not sure how he feels out there today, because it's certainly been raining heavy enough. Apparently he doesn't like to play in wet conditions.
He's made his feelings well known. And Kramarenko, the goalkeeper, has said something out of place. That's why he got that yellow card for playing to the referee. So 2-0 to Portugal. Less than 4 minutes to go to half-time. This crowd here tonight who have braved these really bad conditions. I'd like to see a few more goals. Stay with us. Coming up at half-time, we'll preview some of the matches coming up this weekend in Euro 2000. We'll also have a look back at the first half highlights. Rui Costa, Dimas, Rui Costa, Koto, Azerbaijan getting everybody behind the ball. It's making it awkward for Portugal. There goes Luis Figo. Trying to play a nice 1-2 there with João Pinto, but it didn't quite come off. Luis Figo today playing his 50th match for Portugal at senior international level.
Well, Portugal doing exactly what they want to out there, Mike, and they just keep stretching out the Azerbaijan defense by playing that ball wide, particularly down along the left-hand side. Luis Figo is having a field day out there.
Now here's Conceição. To that far side, he's just picking up a bit of pace off this wet turf. Dimas unable to bring it under control. The former Juventus player now playing in Turkey with Fenerbahce. I think that's the fourth touch that Ayer has had in the first half, Tommy. They've all been from back passes.
Well, they should have charged him admission too, because he's been purely a spectator.
On the far side then for Portugal. Quarter-finalist in Euro 1996. Semi-finalist in 1984. And they lost to France after extra time. Quarter-finalist in 1960. That was the start of that great side led by Eusebio, Coluna, Torres.
Well, you're going to see a nice little flick here. Look at that, right between the legs. Luis Figo's doing it all out there today.
Here he comes with the corner, the flick on, and just needed the touch at the far post. And again, it was João Pinto.
Well, he's had a few great opportunities on those corner kicks, and he hasn't been fit to put one in. And most of them have been provided by defenders nodding the ball backwards.
Signal that we're going to get 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Well, another day, João Pinto could have very easily have had a hat-trick by now, Tommy.
Well, he certainly had a couple of gilt-edge opportunities.
He scored once, but he spurned a few as well. Sosa there running into trouble. Space that the Portugal players are able to find. Raking pass. Now João Pinto just loses his foot in, and as he tried to turn on this very, very wet surface. It's not easy.
Well, you just wonder on a dry day out there, Mike, how many Portugal might have scored by now, because even on a wet day they're finding a lot of room behind the defenders. And this time João Pinto, when he makes his cut towards the middle off that left foot, he puts it down and he loses his footing on it.
They're arguing. There is Lachkin. Azerbaijan, bottom of the group, coming into this game. Paulo Sousa, who was on the outer at Inter Milan with the Romanian coach, but he's since departed. 3 coaches now this year for Internazionale of Milan. And of course, Marcello Lippi taking over next season.
Well, I think everybody knew that was what was going to happen, and I have a feeling maybe it ruined 2 seasons for 2 teams, Juventus and Inter Milan, Mike. Caused a lot of problems.
Well, at least Juventus still have an opportunity of trying to get something out of this season. Semi-finalists in the Champions League, and starting to pick up points in Italy's Serie A, more than Inter are doing. Sal Pinto and João Pinto, the goal scorers after 28 minutes, and then in the 37th minute. Portugal have dominated this first half. It's been all one-way traffic. That's the only major surprise, is that they've only been able to come up with 2 goals. Luis Figo's had an outstanding match in this, his 50th international. Portugal 2, Azerbaijan 0 at half-time. Stay with us, we've got a lot more still to come.
ESPN's boxing gives you a ringside
sign here in Portugal, a first half that Portugal have dominated completely, and perhaps 2-0 rather flattering to Azerbaijan. Well, for Portugal, their main adversary in Group 7 is Romania. They will host Slovakia this weekend. The Romanians are the group's only unbeaten team through 3 matches and a solid favourite. They come up against a Slovakian side who lost last time out 3-0 to Portugal. They'll need a win tomorrow if they're to stay in touch with the big boys.
We'll also bring you a crucial Group 2 showdown from Athens as Greece hosts Norway. Greece will look to the high-scoring striker Nikos Bakalis to provide the firepower in this one. Norway must get by without 2 of the most dangerous offensive players. Torres and Riflo, the big target man in the middle, and Keith Rackdell are both out with injuries.
And you'll be able to see that Romania-Slovakia game here as we continue our coverage of Euro 2000 qualifying. It's an important game from Group 7. And the Euro 2000 qualifying continuing throughout this weekend and into next. Back then to our continuing coverage of Euro 2000 qualifying from Group 7 at half-time. It's Portugal 2, Azerbaijan 0. 2-0 then to Portugal. It could have been so many more. As we look back at some of the first half highlights, Portugal went very close as early as the 5th minute. Conseil Sal here being denied by the post.
Well, he cuts in on the right-hand side of the box, fires off the shot. The keeper's going to cross. He's beaten, but the post is there.
And 2 minutes later, it was the same player again, nicely set up, but this time denied by the crossbar.
Well, he tried to chip it up the outside of his right foot, and he can't believe that it hit the crossbar. Here's the shot coming. Keeper's well beaten. There's the crossbar.
The breakthrough, though, came from a Luis Figo cross in the 29th minute. And there was Sal Pinto with a simple nod home.
Well, Luis Figo having a great game out on the left wing. Crosses this one in. The keeper struggles a little bit. Sal Pinto beats him.
In the 37th minute, simple tap in there for João Pinto, who on another day might have scored a hat-trick by now, Tommy. That was a simple tap-in the end.
Well, the net was completely empty. All he has to do is put his boot to this one. The keeper had come out, committed himself, and it was all over. 14-0 in the shots. Can you believe it?
Well, Peter Bayer, I think, has touched the ball 5 times in the first half. Most of those have been pass backs. And as you can see there, Portugal dominating this game. Perhaps the one concern for Azerbaijan is that 4 players have picked up yellow cards, remembering they've got a game coming up in Baku on Wednesday when they will take on Romania. Portugal 2, Azerbaijan 0. That's a half-time scoreline. Stay with us. When we return, we'll have the second half. Portugal, the dark red shirts, the green shorts. Azerbaijan in the blue and white stripes. Turn that time, and Sal Pinto just losing his footing, saying in fact that he felt he was caught by the defender.
Well, if you're leading 2-0 and you've dominated the game, the close calls, you're certainly not going to get them, and he wasn't going to get a free kick in that situation. I don't think he was caught.
Now Koto. Dimas had a very good first half. Allowed to come forward quite regularly. That pass is cut out. Now here go Azerbaijan. Ivanov. Gambarov there trying to get round Dimas. So strong in the challenge, the former Juventus defender, now playing in Turkey.
Oh, you see him come sliding in here and makes a good, clean tackle. Gets a piece of the player as well. Not sure why he never, just never really seemed to find himself in the Juventus first team as a solid first teamer, and got a little bit frustrated with it.
Yes, never really got an extended run. Although when he did come on, he always looked quite useful.
Well, he never made too many mistakes for them, that's for sure.
And he is playing that one forward. And he fell for Pinto. Sosa. Goto. And that one over the top, and the flag goes up against Sergio Conceição. That's the player playing now at Lazio in Italy.
Oh, that time he tries to drift down through the middle, and you can see very, very close. That is a very close call. In fact, the ball is on his way, and it looks to me like Conceição still onside.
All the officials tonight are from Poland. You were put under pressure with that back pass. Azerbaijan. He scored 1 goal so far in 3 matches of this Euro 2000 qualifying campaign. That was in a 2-1 loss last time out to Liechtenstein. Here's their coach, Ahmed Leskarov. All he can do is stand and watch his team get really cut to pieces. And perhaps unfortunate. The scoreboard only shows them trailing by 2. Now Luis Figo. Dimas had to check his run. Sosa. Now the flick on. Here's Luis Figo. Delightful chip and just too high.
Well, Luis Figo picked it up inside of the box. Good combination with Dimas on the first occasion, and then the ball breaks back into him. He tries to pick that top left-hand corner, but instead he just floats it over the top. It looked for a moment from it left his foot that it was going to bend down in time, but just took off on him.
Euro 21, under 21 action today, and Spain leading Austria by 1-0. And France leading the Ukraine by 1-0. Ukraine, of course, the...
Well, here you're going to see the offside on the far side, so Pinto.
And here go Azerbaijan. That goal for France in the under-21 international, scored by David Trezeguet of Monaco. Ukraine, of course, the surprise at senior international level. Here go Azerbaijan.
Oh, troubled times for Portugal in their own box.
But what cool play inside the 6-yard box, pushing the ball around. Bayer could not take the risk of picking it up. Well, even the crowd around here absolutely applauding that.
Well, you're going to see what happens. A nice move inside. Shahir inside, and watch the keeper now. The keeper's in trouble here, takes it on his foot, moves it around, he slips it out a little bit, and everybody's helping in. Koto is there.
That's going to be a throw for Azerbaijan. Well, we've often said, Tommy, there's no such thing these days in international football as an easy game. This is the chance for Figo at the other end.
Figo trying to pick his spot, and a little bit high. Well, the field has become so level, Mike, now in terms of international players, and you look at even what the consider the minnows, they still can come up with a good effort. I mean, 2-0 down for Azerbaijan is no disgrace.
It could have been a lot worse for them.
And I'm sure if you sold Conceição out there, you could buy the whole Azerbaijan team.
There's probably their substitutes as well, Tommy. Kramarenko, the goalkeeper, taking this goal kick. Said he plays for Dynamo Moscow in Russia. A number of these players play out of Azerbaijan. As Figo plays that one in. He picked out Pinto, but the centre forward there quickly closed down. And a throw on the far side for Azerbaijan. Taken there by Karayev. Azerbaijan seem to be growing a little bit of confidence now. 2-0 down, perhaps they think got nothing to lose. They're starting to commit a few players forward. But further in the second half, they certainly did in the first half.
Well, you know, if you're running down 2-0, you go in at the interval, the coach gives you good talking to. There's the first save that Bailly has had to come up with, Mike.
And he dropped it, Tommy. I don't know, I'm not sure if he meant to do that or not, but that's the first shot he's actually had to save in this game, and it's taken 52 minutes.
Asadov is the man who takes the shot from outside, and I don't think Bailly did it on purpose. I think it slipped through his hands. Wouldn't he have been embarrassed if it had slipped into the net?
While we were watching those replays, at the other end, Portugal have got caught in an offside position. Back come Azerbaijan. Free kick goes against Rui Costa. Surging forward there was Lachkin.
Oh, Lachkin pushing forward, and Rui Costa just put his body in the way. Azerbaijan's got to be careful that they don't get caught out of the back now, because they are pushing players forward, and there was a lot of room behind the defenders in the first half.
Now Pinto is picking up on that loose ball. That's a hold play up there because the player had run into an offside position. Now the ball driven across. And João Pinto at the far post, again just failing to get a touch. Well, on another day he could have had 4 or 5 goals.
Abushev is the man who keeps him out of this one. Abushev just lines him up a little bit, and just a little bit too strong for them.
Koto. Rui Costa finding the way through, blocked. Dimas reacting quickly. And Sergio Conceição. Portugal pushing the ball around confidently enough.
That's not what the fans want. The fans want to see goals.
There's Luis Figo looking to play a 1-2. He's got behind the defence. Now with the cross, and nodded away by the defender. Figo gets another opportunity. Now Dimas. Figo. Here's Rui Costa. Good challenge, stopping the Fiorentina player. Rui Costa, who played in that World Youth Championship winning side of 1991 when Portugal won it as the host. Won it 2 years earlier in 1989 as well. International football coming to you from the Olympic Stadium in Seoul, when Korea, co-hosts of the next World Cup, take on the former World Cup winners, Brazil. Both sides looking ahead to 2002. You can see that international friendly here on ESPN. Now Luis Figo. One thing that's always impressed with Portuguese teams is that they've always liked to play with 2 wingers, 2 wide men, which really stretches the defence. They use the full width of the field.
Well, they've given Figo they've given him a lot of opportunities today, Mike. The feed has been out to the left all the time, and he's responded very well.
Here he comes with the corner. Oh, a mistake by the keeper. Oh, and it just goes wide.
That's atrocious shooting. I mean, that ball should have been in the net. There should have been no question about it. Madeira coming up, Koto's coming up. Everybody's coming up under pressure here. And if they take a bit of the deflection, Koto, keeper just knocks it out. Madeira was the man here, and it takes the deflection. Should be a corner kick. It wasn't, but
no, it was judged to be a goal kick. Paulo Madeira, this is his 17th international appearance. The player who was actually born in Angola, plays for Benfica. His third spell at the club, but he's never scored an international goal. Doesn't score too many for his club either. Now the ball played into space, and the goalkeeper again bravely out, this time at the feet of João Pinto.
Well, we figured it'd be a busy afternoon for the keeper, and it certainly is. This ball slipped in nicely to him. I mean, it's just a nice square ball inside. Once again, Luis Figo putting it inside. The keeper covers it up nicely.
Koto over the halfway line. Portugal still very much in control of this game, but unable to add to their 2 goals that both came in the first half. Of course, Portugal, a win here would put them top of this group. Only be for 24 hours if Romania, of course, beats Slovakia tomorrow.
Oh, Rui Costa's taking a knockout there, Mike. He's okay.
Yes, he's back on his feet.
That wouldn't help Fiorentina's efforts to win a Scudetto, trying to keep the pressure on if this man were to go down. And he gets a neat little tumble there from Asadov. But he's okay again.
Yeah, Azerbaijan. Got players forward, but movement there from Dimas.
And the ball needed to be played a little bit stronger to allow the midfielder to run onto it.
Figo playing it inside. Nice turn there by João Pinto. Playing that one behind the defence. Now the flag is going to go up, but I don't think it's the player who actually put the ball away, because Conceição made a long a run from deep, actually, and I don't think it was he who was in an offside position. He certainly seemed to be onside.
Rui Costa is going to put the ball away. You see him come in on the far side, and he's certainly not offside. There are 2 players offside. Costa runs onto the ball, and he puts the ball in the net. But if you have 3 players in the one part of the field, the one player has to jump out of the way for the ball. He has to be interfering with the ball. I mean, I think he should be offside.
Well, the offside decision is going to stand despite the protest from the Portuguese players, who went over to the referee's assistant.
Watch what happens here. Watch the player in the middle. He has to get out of the way of the ball. Surely he has to be interfering with the play if he has to get out of the way of the ball. I mean, I can't see why people are complaining at all about it. I mean, that's a clear-cut case of being offside. He had the opportunity to play the ball. The ball's dead at that stage. He's offside. That's the end of the story.
So it remains at 2-0. And we will get another opportunity to have a look at that.
Well, it's fine saying Rui Costa runs from deep, which he does. Look at him, he's the deepest man there. But look at the player in the middle. He has to jump up to get out of the way. So the goalkeeper has to look at him. So he's distracting the goalkeeper, and as such, he's part of the play.
Luis Figo will take this free kick. Header straight up in the air.
Not a good effort by the keeper.
Yes, he was under really no pressure. He should have caught that one. That's a glorious ball. Back to Luis Figo. Now he whips this one across. The goalkeeper's lost it.
Well, not a lot of panic back there.
A neat play to get themselves out of a very awkward situation by Azerbaijan. Just over the hour mark. Still Portugal 2, Azerbaijan 0. group so tight with Slovakia, Portugal, and of course Romania. Only the top team is guaranteed a spot in the finals of Euro 2000. This just a qualifier from Group 7. Alongside Tommy Smith, I'm Mike Hill. Both goals came in the first half. Pinto in the 28th minute, João Pinto in the 37th minute. And it still remains 2-0 despite Portugal really dominating this game. Although Azerbaijan in the second half have looked a lot more adventurous. But now they're going to have to get back quickly. João Pinto. Pinto with the touch on João Pinto. Oh, that would have been an absolutely glorious goal.
Oh, there was a couple of beautiful touches on it for Portugal coming through. João Pinto on the end. That may have taken a touch from a defender, but João Pinto ends up with the ball at his boot and he just blazes it wide.
Just remember, the top team from each group will qualify. The best runner-up will also qualify automatically, and the other 4, or the other 8 runners-up in the groups will go into a playoff. And it could be goal difference could be certainly important in a group like this, Tommy, where you've got teams like Hungary, Slovakia, Romania, and Portugal. It is a tough group, and goal difference could be really important at the end. And these are the sort of games where Portugal could really get some to help their goal difference.
Well, it may all come down to that as we have a check of a little push in the back there from Pinto. I'm not sure how you judge who the best runner-up is. You know, if you take out the goals, you're supposed to take out the goals against the minnows, right? I mean, it depends on who finishes in the last place in your group, and there's so many mathematical things to be taken into consideration. It's very difficult to pick out who the second best team is.
Yes, that's the automatic qualifier, but the other second place teams go into the playoffs. And of course, in this group, for example, it could come down to who finishes second, could be on goal difference. And I mean, these are the sort of games where perhaps Portugal should be looking to rattle a few goals and to at least make sure that if it does go to goal difference, they are going to be in a much better position than perhaps their opponents.
Well, there could be 5-0 up at this stage, you know, a conservative effort to hit the post.
More international football here on ESPN as we follow Brazil's tour of Asia. Their second match will be against Japan, the other co-host of World Cup 2002. Brazil, of course, the former world champions. You'll be able to see that game live here on ESPN. That's Japan against Brazil.
Well, it's unusual, we have to say, you know, Brazil haven't qualified for the World Cup, but Japan have. It just seems a little bit ironic for some reason.
Portugal getting their substitutes to warm up. I think it might be purely a case of some of them wanting to try to keep warm. It's not the most pleasant of conditions. Now here go Portugal. This is a good opportunity for them. Pinto flicks this one in, and the header. Really no worries for the goalkeeper. Portugal's lead-up play has been outstanding tonight, but their finishing around the penalty area, Tommy, has left a lot to be desired, isn't it?
Well, they're just lacking that killer instinct to go and put the ball on the back of the net. Everything else has been beautiful to watch, and I'm sure the fans are very happy with it, but they need a couple of more goals here, the way they've played.
And Azerbaijan also got players now warming up on the sideline. Both these teams will be in action again on Wednesday. Portugal will have a trip to Liechtenstein, and Azerbaijan will go home and prepare to face Romania in Baku.
Oh, you know, the whole picture of the qualifications has been thrown into chaos with these games that have been called off.
Oh, challenge from behind.
Nasty looking challenge it was.
Yes, and
Abushev,
and he's already been booked.
He's gone. He's gone. Hasta la vista, baby.
His second yellow card, which means red. And things go from bad to worse for Azerbaijan.
Well, he didn't argue too much. He knew what happened. There's a tackle coming from behind, and at international level you just don't get away with those anymore. As João Pinto breaks down the middle, just catches him.
So Abushev sent off. That means he's also out of Wednesday's game against Romania.
Well, if Portugal don't score now, they're in real bad shape. I mean, they're up a man and they're leading by 2 goals. They're at home. This should be the start of a slugfest now, Mike.
This one curls in, nodded away for a corner by Abushev.
Well, I'm sure you're going to see some desperation defending here. Luis Figo, didn't he sign with 2 teams in Italy? Signed with Juventus and Parma, and then he was told he couldn't play in Italy for 2 years. That's how he ended up with Barcelona.
Goalkeeper there under pressure, not the best of fists away. There is the 3rd goal, and it is scored by Paulo Madeira.
Well, he missed a sitter early on here in the second half. This time he's fallen down when he knocks the ball in. You said he doesn't have a good goal-scoring record internationally or club, but...
Well, Paulo Madeira, that's his first international goal.
And you're going to see how it comes here. Once again, Luis Figo with the corner kick. Keeper goes out after it, knocks the ball down in the middle. Not a good thing to do. The shot coming from Conceição, and Madeira's there just to change the direction. The ball's going wide again. Conceição picks it up just on the outside. Here's the shot coming, and all of a sudden the ball changes direction as Madeira, who's falling down, just puts it in off the side of his foot. Goalkeeping error, Conceição's shot, good finish by Madeira.
Portugal 3, Azerbaijan 0. And Azerbaijan looking to bring on a substitute, and it's Abushev, the 31-year-old. It was a bit of a surprise that he wasn't in the team. He's been a regular, played in that 2-1 loss against Liechtenstein.
The save has gone off. Found it very, very difficult to get involved in the game today, I must say. Very few touches of the ball, Mike.
It's Abushev, who actually played part of his career in Estonia with Flora Tallinn. It's only his 4th international appearance. He comes off to make way for that man who's making his 24th international appearance for Azerbaijan. Well, the one thing we know, Tommy, in history is that Romania, when they do get a team up against the minnows, they really do put the goals in. They've scored some big big score lines in World Cup qualifying, as well as European qualifying. They've already beaten Hungary 4-0 at home, and they will not take any take things easy against Azerbaijan. But in the end proved to be vital who scores the most goals, and I'm sure that Portuguese management are very much aware of that.
Well, they have to be, and I mean, Romania is a very good team at the moment. First team to qualify for the World Cup finals the last time around for match will play, and it looks like I would imagine that they're going to win this group, Mike. So Portugal may be the team that's going to finish second in it.
Sergio Conceição, as this one comes across, and João Pinto there just couldn't quite time the deflection, just took the ball away, as we see the corner that led to the 3rd goal.
Well, watch what the keeper does here. He just palms the ball down. Conceição's coming. He's intended to take a shot, and Madeira just sticks out that left boot, redirects the ball in around the keeper.
Well, here come Portugal again. Brilliant save to deny Luis Figo a goal on his 50th international appearance.
Oh, what a strike here by Figo. Conceição strikes it across. Figo looks like he's going to rattle it with his right foot. Hits it with his left foot instead. Brilliant strike on the ball and a good save.
Now Rui Costa, and the header, and the flag stays down. And João Pinto gets his 2nd goal of the game. It's 4-0 now.
Well, Paulette is going to have an opportunity now to show us what he can do, Mike, because he's going to come into the game. As we see Rui Costa play this ball across, and it's an easy job of just knocking the ball down. João Pinto is inside. 3-4 players with maroon shirts. The route is on in a big way. Rui Costa picks it up, looks up. Nice little soft cushioned header. Look at all the maroon shirts in a row. Makes it look very easy. We're really on a roll right now.
So Azerbaijan find themselves going to further goal down. They've made a change. Abushev is the player that has come on. And Imbarov, the player that has gone off. And here go Portugal. Looking for goal number 5. Remember, Azerbaijan down to 10 men. Abushev sent off in the 66th minute. And the final score for the Euro Under-21 Championship, with France beating Ukraine 4-0. David Trezeguet of Monaco getting all 4 goals for France in that game. And Spain leading Austria by 2-0. Temudo scoring both the goals there for Spain. The game's still in progress.
Big day for Trezeguet, 4 goals.
Offside flag goes up, and just a little bit of over-exuberance there from Conceição.
That had to be very close. Let's watch it. Just barely. I mean, everybody, Conceição looks like he just stepped 1 yard in. Luis Figo is going to go to a nice round of applause from the crowd, Mike. Paulette is coming in.
Paulette is coming in, and Luis Figo gets a good round of applause. His 75th international appearance tonight at senior international level, his 50th, I should say. He goes off. And Paulette, playing at the moment with Deportivo La Coruña in Spain, is the player that has come on.
Well, he's a good goal scorer. He scored a couple of goals, and he's had a problem with injuries. He didn't get a game in the league until close to the end of the last year, but he's come on strong.
Some activity on the sideline as Pedro Espina is the goalkeeper warming up, and the reason you can hear the applause is because he plays here for the local club, Vitória Guimarães, and it looks like he might be able to come on purely for the local supporters.
Maybe they're going to put him in for the other side.
And Conceição scores goal number 5. And Portugal now in full flight.
Well, the keeper gets himself taken out of the play. The crowd are loving this one now.
Yes, Conceição, only his 2nd international goal. First goal in Euro qualifying.
Once again, you can see Rui Costa's involved in it. The ball comes out to Conceição. Where's the keeper? No sign of the keeper anywhere. He just bangs it in. And you're going to see what happens here. Good run right down the middle. The Azerbaijan defenders are just stuck to the ground. Keeper makes the initial save, breaks out to Rui Costa. Costa does well to turn the ball around, and Conceição does even better as he bangs it home. Nice save by the defender the second time around. There's Rui Costa, takes it away from the keeper. Brave effort by the keeper to get down to the ball, and Conceição just bangs it home. It looks like they're going to take Bahia out, Mike. It must be getting cold down there.
Well, as I was saying, I think the best thing about it is that Pedro Espina, who is going to come on, 33 years old, he's been a great servant here for the local team. Plays for Vitória Guimarães. He's made 1 international appearance, and I think he's going to come on for his 2nd cap.
It's a nice touch by the coach to give him a run, isn't it?
Well, you can afford to be nice, Tommy, when you're leading by 5-0. You've got a man advantage and your team is in full flight. And the goalkeeper really tonight has been nothing more than a spectator.
Well, Conceição is not too happy, and I think good call by the referee's assistant, and the keeper is being changed, Mike, and he's getting a good round of applause.
He's by the goalkeeper at Porto. And the captain arms band, in fact, is going to be handed from Bahia, and it's going to go to Fernando Couto.
Well, you can see a smile on all the players' faces as the keeper came into the game. That's the biggest reaction to anything tonight.
Fernando Couto with that captain's armband. Played in the World Youth Championship winning side in 1989. You're watching Euro 2000 qualifying from Group 7. Alongside Tommy Smith, I'm Mike Hill. Well, Portugal made heavy work of it in the first half. Pinto and João Pinto giving them a 2-0 half-time lead. But when Azerbaijan went down to 10 men, Abushev sent off. And then Paulo Maldeiro, João Pinto and Conceição have added goals. And Portugal now very much in control. It's a little bit like Carnival out there. The crowd really enjoying it, and the cheers there for the first touch for Espina, the goalkeeper, who has come on, the local player.
Oh, I think Portugal may be going to make one more change.
Oh, good play this time, and the trip on Rui Costa.
Well, we all know about Rui Costa's ability to dribble balls around defenders. This time he gets cut out of it by Stukas, and he'll probably end up taking the free kick himself. We've seen him score a goal against Hungary in a similar situation late in the game. Wet ball that just squirmed on through the keeper's hands.
Kramarenko, the goalkeeper there, just trying to ensure that the wall is covering the part of the goal that the goalkeeper won't be positioned in. Pinto in the wall, just making himself a nuisance. There is the free kick, and that is just inches wide, always curling away from the goalkeeper.
Well, you're going to see a lot of deception on the ball here as it curls away from the keeper. The keeper wasn't sure who was going to hit it. In the end, it was, as we suspected, Rui Costa, and he doesn't miss by much, Mike, a couple of foot.
Here you go, Azerbaijan. They've had one shot, and that's their second shot of the game, but that one was off target. Well, it gets a good round of applause from the locals here, and it was the substitute, I think, Razev.
Well, actually breaking in, the shot coming in and just wide of the post there. Looked like...
It was Valisev, the other substitute that had come on. Now here go Portugal. Indecision at the back that time. It was slow motion football back there.
That ball lay there for a long time before somebody decided to boot it out.
Just getting some instructions there is Pedro Barbosa, who is preparing to come on, and he started his career here with Vitória Guimarães, now plays at Sport in Lisbon. He gets a call, it'll be his 14th international appearance. He does look as if he's going to come on. And Conceição with the cross, the header. Oh, and that should have been a goal. The header there, straight at the goalkeeper.
Well,
Beautiful cross, though.
He hasn't had too much luck here in the second half. This time he just reaches up to this one, pulls it down. Pauletto is the man who arrives on the scene to knock the ball right into the keeper. The keeper makes sure that he doesn't get away from him. Pauletto is showing a nice turn of pace to find himself inside as the loose man.
Now Azerbaijan. Breaks down. Here go Portugal. João Pinto waits, but that was Pauletto who got on the end of that cross, and the player who has only been on a matter of 8 minutes.
Well, this time coming racing down along the left-hand side. Sao Pinto feeds it across. Pauletto missed one an instant before that. He doesn't miss this one. Neat little flick inside, and the goalkeeper has to feel like he doesn't have a friend in the world. I don't understand why Azerbaijan didn't just bring back a wall of players and try to stop this going on. I mean, there are several other players. 4 or 5 of the players are caught upfield, Mike, as this ball comes across. Absolutely no defence at all, and Pauletto celebrates.
Well, that's his very first international goal at senior level. This is only his 7th appearance, and he has come on and scored. And another substitution now with Rui Costa, the player who has gone off, and the player that's come on is Pedro Barbosa. It's his 14th international appearance for the player who started his career here. Coach certainly doing some work on the PR front, and so is Pauletto. 2 goals now in the space of 60 seconds.
Yeah, Conceição was the man who fed this one across to him. Pauletto meeting the ball coming across from the right-hand side this time. Conceição has been provider of many opportunities here in the second half. Cutting inside, he looks up. Pauletto's coming racing down the middle, and he just gets the needless little bit of a flick onto it, just enough to beat the keeper. We said the rout was on, Mike. We couldn't have imagined it would come this quickly once the player was sent off. I mean, this is just a complete breakdown by Azerbaijan.
Pauletto's second international goal, and his second goal here in the space of 60 seconds. Portugal now 7, Azerbaijan 0. Well, I was saying that Portugal would need to perhaps put in a few goals to help with the goal difference. This certainly will do that. 6 goals they had scored in their opening 3 matches coming into tonight's match. They conceded 2. Now Vasiliev. Neatly taken on the chest. No panic at the back for Portugal. Mind you, Tommy, I think we could have played back there tonight.
Well, there's nobody playing out there against them. No pressure at all, Mike. And just Azerbaijan have fallen apart completely.
Now, Conceição. Azerbaijan. Neat ball played inside the penalty area. Defensive work there by Madeira. No defenders like to give up goals. Well, Madeira is no difference now. At the other end, Portugal, if they can play this right, well, they're going to get a corner. And that was Pauletto looking for his hat-trick. For our viewers in Latin America only, football weekend every Sunday night, bringing you all the highlights from around the world. This week, a 30-minute edition presented by Derek Ray, which will bring you all the highlights of Euro 2000 qualifying of matches played this weekend. That's football weekend on Sunday night. Another corner here for Portugal. The outswinger which tested the goalkeeper, and Fernando Couto just mistimed his jump, didn't get his head cleanly on that ball. He took up a very good position, so I mean, nobody followed him, nobody tracked him.
Well, the goalkeeper made a mistake because he goes to come off his line, then he decides to go back on his line, and he does end up with the ball because Koto had a very weak header. Had he been able to hit the ball right, Mike, the goalkeeper was in transition, going back onto his line. He never would have known about the ball. Just a mistake by Koto. As you said, he was wide open. Nobody picked him up.
Well, Portugal, let it be known, they wanted to register a big win here to help the goal difference, to build up the confidence of the team. And certainly they're doing that. They should be tempted or tempered with the knowledge that it was only 2-0 when Azerbaijan were at full strength. You've got to remember, 5 goals have come since they were reduced down to 10 men.
Well, you know, they had the opportunities early on. As we see this takedown, surely that was a pull down. The referee didn't see anything wrong with it.
No, and he was well positioned. Looking at that replay, as the goalkeeper there just got his hands to it, took it away from Pauletta. Knocked out of play. It's going to be another corner for Portugal. Just over 2 minutes to play, plus any time to be added on for stoppages. Sal with the corner, the header straight up in the air. Azerbaijan having trouble getting it clear. There's Madeira knocking it back. Now the ball lifted over, and the defender there just covering, not the best of clearances, only as far as João Pinto. Another corner. That was Pedro Barbosa, who had come on as a substitute, winning that corner, taking it quickly himself. Off it comes, and the goalkeeper, well, it went through his legs. I don't think he knew too much about it, but he just fell on the ball, Tommy.
Well, he has to have a little bit of luck somewhere along the line, because he hasn't had a whole lot of luck tonight. And this one looked like it had beaten him, but he manages to grab it just as it goes over the line. Watch what happens here. It comes right through the keeper's legs. It's gone through. No, it's not. He fell on it.
And still the defence in front of him is under pressure. We're inside the final minute. And you would like to think, Tommy, that in situations like this, the referee would just perhaps bring the game to a close at the end of 90 minutes and not play 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Well, you'd imagine that's what he should do. I mean, a little bit of compassion. Azerbaijan out there are not fit to walk, Mike, never mind to run, to play football. Look at them, they're slow.
There you go, Portugal. No way through that time. Stay with us. Coming up, we'll have our post-match wrap. Look back at the highlights of this game. Plenty of those for fans of Portuguese football. And the signal goes out from the 4th official. We're going to get 3 minutes of stoppage time, Tommy.
Well, I'm not sure I understand situations like that, Mike. I don't know why the bother. I mean, it's 7-0. Blow the whistle off. The game is over a long time ago.
There is the 4th official, holding up the big number 3. A lot of the supporters here making their way home. The rain still falling. Weather-wise, it's been a miserable Friday night. Goal-wise for Portugal, it's been a very good Friday night. 7 goals they've scored against Azerbaijan. It means that they will be top of Group 7, at least for the next 24 hours. And they go looking for yet another goal. Kramarenko has had mixed fortune tonight, the Azerbaijan goalkeeper. He's made some outstanding saves. He's also rode his luck at times, and at times he's been cruelly exposed. Just over a minute of stoppage time. This is a good dribble now. Well, the referee turning down the appeals. There certainly seemed to be a grab at the shirt there, Tommy.
Well, it certainly looked like there was a pull down inside of the box. And the referee, as you said, right on top of the play once again, turned it down. That's the second time he's turned down something at that end of the field. Well, quite easily he pulls one on the opposite end of the field. No compassion with this man at all, is there?
No, free kick quickly taken. Azerbaijan all out of position at the moment. Here's Conceição. That's the third time tonight that he's hit the woodwork.
That's incredible. I mean, that is absolutely incredible. 3 powerful shots off the boot of Conceição, and each one of them have come off some part of the woodwork. 2 off the crossbar and 1 off the post.
Well, over 2 minutes now of stoppage time for Azerbaijan. That final whistle will be a welcome relief. There's Sergio Conceição. He has scored tonight, but he's been denied by the woodwork on 3 other occasions. Now João Pinto. It's their time for one further goal from Portugal. Well, might be. Here's João Pinto. Unselfish, lays it back. And Pauletta unable to get a good shot on it to complete his hat-trick. Back comes the ball again. João Pinto. They're queuing up now for Portugal to see who can get a shot off. Referee checks his watch yet again.
What is the referee doing, Mike? He's gone over 3 minutes now.
There is the final whistle. And it's a convincing victory for Portugal. 7-0. Pauletta scoring twice in 60 seconds after he came on as a substitute. And for Azerbaijan, it was a very long second half. They were always up against it from the moment they had a player sent off, Abushev sent off in the 66th minute. From that point on, they conceded 5 goals. 7-0 then the final scoreline. We'll be back after this to wrap it all up.